What is going on with my people? Welcome to the Profit First Show, where we talk about finances and economic videos, and we react to what people have made their mistakes on, and what we can learn from those lessons financially. Now, for tonight's topics, we have actually 6 topics. That's right. I've increased the volume of how many videos we're actually doing per show because I want to create more videos for you all. As more and more people start posting on social media, we're getting into their business. We're understanding what they did and where they're ending up after making these financial commitments. All right. It's nonetheless entertaining, but also educational. Anyways, if it's your first time here, welcome in. My name is Jay Askew. If you've been watching, welcome back. All right. No wasting time. We're going to get right into it. First topic of today, crazy car notes people are paying. Let's get right into it. Again, if you guys want to comment, if you want to be in the chat and you want your chat to pop up, I will have them pop up, but we will discuss these things that we talk about and react to during each different segment. All right, let's get into it. First topic of today, crazy car notes people are paying. Let's go.
Hey y'all, so I seen a girl come on here and do payment breakdown, so I'm gonna do it too. So y'all think her car note is crazy, but I'm paying $700 a month for a 2009 BMW 328i, and my insurance is $400 a month. Okay, and I only get paid $1,200 every 2 weeks, love.
Hold on. Okay, $1,200 every 2 weeks is $2,400 a month. $700 car note for a 2009 BMW is crazy.
Like, this is crazy. Like, and my car got like 100,000 miles. So the man told me it was a good deal. You know, I don't know anything about cars, so like I just got it because I'm like, okay, I guess this is a nice car.
Yeah, I guess it was a good deal for the dealer, but not you. People love to attach their worth to an emblem. Why would you pay $700 a month for a 2009 BMW? I want to know what the interest rate is, because forget the monthly payments. How much of that is going towards interest?
He was like, yeah, that's a good deal. You ain't gonna find it nowhere else. And I ain't have nobody with me, and I ain't know nothing about cars. But y'all, is that too much for a car now?
We live in a world now where that's no longer an excuse. I used to listen to people say things, and I used to justify my own excuses as to why I don't know certain things. But you have the internet. You have AI now. Like, you don't even need to watch a video. You can literally ask your specific question. And this video was uploaded in 2025. AI was definitely out. There should be no excuse. But hey, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. How much would you pay for a 2009 BMW? We don't know the exact model, but we know she got ripped off. All right.
Am I being scammed? Because I already don't know.
I need the payment. I need the payment to be less than what it is. So I'm trying to budget myself.
Then we need to be at a cheaper car.
Nah. We'll get back to you with it. We'll get back to you.
Okay? Out the door, you're at $24,981. That's with your fees, your sales tax, and motor vehicles. That's cash, finance, it's the same price. Outside, you asked me what the cash price is.
Yes.
So are we looking...
We say it's the same thing, so.
Correct. So we're looking to finance, right? How's the credit?
Yeah, credit might be shot, but you can run it and see what happens.
The credit might be shot? Well, let's see if there's even a point to run the credit and, you know, put a negative inquiry on it. You know, how much?
Yo, one thing that I want to mention is I read this book once, and it talked about how people from different economic backgrounds fear credit. The poor fear credit. The middle class want to build credit, and the wealthy leverage credit.
How much money down are we looking to put?
I'm not even sure. The down payment, since if the down payment is going to cover the registration and stuff like that, the plates.
You're probably going to need a little bit more than just the fees and taxes, because if the credit's shot and the car is a 2017 with 85,000 miles, you might need to put a little bit more money down. Now, you guys said the credit is shot, so what's the credit?
I didn't run it to know what it is. Like.
This is one of the reasons, and I don't know their financial situation, but we will find out sooner enough, so stay tuned. This is one of the reasons why when I got my car, I did not want to have to go through this process. I feel as though that dealerships are no longer honest. You have to know somebody that knows an honest dealer. But I got my car from Carvana, and it's very simple. You type in your information. No, it's not sponsored in this video. You type in your information, you get your credit check. Yeah, it hurts your credit a little bit, but the numbers that you see on the screen when you're shopping on Carvana are the numbers you're going to get. Simple as that. No ifs, ands, or buts, no negotiations. And yeah, you might be overpaying a little bit because of that, but I don't want, like, dealerships know how to jack up a price. I'm good on that. I'm good on talking to a salesman in between to try to find me a deal that's really a deal for him. I'm good. What do you all think about that in the comment section down below? Let me know your thoughts.
Do you want to just run the credit and see then? Okay, let me, whose name is it going in?
Mine.
Your name? Let me see your license then. Okay, here's your credit application. I need you to sign in these 3 spots, giving me permission to run your credit. You're going to sign 1, 2, and then 3. It's coming back at a 538. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to get you done with $6,000 down even, but if you guys want, I can send it out to the bank and see what we're going to need to put an approval down. Credit's kind of rough. There's a little bit of challenges on it. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to send it to the bank and then see what we could possibly get done with it.
$6,000 off a $24,000 car is like 30% down. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Question, can we put $8,000 down?
What would that do?
It would get an approval.
Yeah, but for how much?
My bad. That's not 30%. 8,000 is 30%.
Your monthly payment, if you put $8,000 down, would be, with $8,000 down, it would be $700 a month for 4 years or $600 a month for 5 years.
Pause. This is where people get they make bad decisions right here, right? They start thinking about the payments. How much is $700 a month? Well, if I do the math, it's a little bit more than $20 a day. All right? Because $20 a day for 30 days is $600. That's not too far. Okay, $700 a month. You want to know how much that interest is, man. Know how much the interest is. You'll be paying $700 a month, but $100 is going to be going towards the principal, meaning you're going to pay a jacked up price. And people just get fooled by thinking they can afford the thing by affording the payments. They'll be paying double the price for this car. $24,000 car is going to be $48,000. I guarantee you. I just want to know the interest rate.
Your interest rate is 19.99%. Again, you have a 500 credit score, so your interest rate is going to be raised.
19%, which you might as well round it up, which is 20%, at 4 years is 80% interest. Now, what's 80% of what they're already paying for the car? We're going to find out in a second. Let me continue.
It's really high.
What kind of payment were we expecting to be at? Where do we need to be? $400 a month? It's just
the maximum.
Yeah, we wouldn't. It wouldn't work with this car. You need to be a car that's under $20,000, not almost $25,000 out the door.
So I don't understand.
You're going to be financing 17 grand, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then 17 grand with a 19.99 interest rate at 60 months is $630 a month.
Okay, I got you. I need the payment. I need the payment to be less than.
Okay, guys, so I did the math for you. $24,000 for the car at 19% is $4,560 per year. And they'll be paying that for 4 years, which equals about $18,000 in interest. And if you get $18,000 plus the $24,000 they'll be paying for the car itself, that means in total on a $24,000 car, at the end of their payments, they would have forked over $42,000. $42,000. That's simple math I just did in 15 seconds. And people think because they can afford the monthly payment, they can afford the thing.
How much are you paying a month for this car?
$13.90. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you? This is Yusuf at Auto Cafe in Miami, Florida.
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm looking at your trade information here. You have a Scat Pack that you want to trade in. So tell me what you got going on.
Got a 2022 Challenger Scat Pack. Got it around a year ago. The mileage, not the greatest, but it's around like 96,000 for the mileage, and I owe about $55,000 on it. And I'm just trying to find a way to kind of get into something that's better on fuel economy because I'm doing like UberEats and Lyft sometimes, and sometimes Amazon delivery. I just got the car because I really liked it, but
Your payoff here, you do know.
He got the car because he really liked it, y'all. Like, we don't really like the things we really like, but we don't make wise financial decisions behind it. Why in the world would you work for a car? The car's supposed to be working for you. Most people need a car to get to work, but you're working to have the car you like.
You're paying almost $35 a day on interest on this vehicle. Did you know that?
oh man, when you say it like that, it does sound like a pretty crazy money, but it kind of balances out with all the delivery that I do for Amazon and Uber Eats.
What are you paying a month for this car?
About $13.90. Just the car payment, $13.90.
He's paying somebody's rent. I almost had to get out my seat for that one, y'all. He's almost paying somebody's rent. Rent for something that sits on 4 wheels that he has to use for Uber, for DoorDash, just to keep it in a parking lot. Come on, man.
And insurance on top of that.
So just for perspective, you're paying almost $1,000 a month based on this finance charge accrual per diem, just in interest. Your principal hasn't been eaten down and you still owe so much. Look, how's your credit so far? How's your credit right now?
Better credit nowadays. I got 687. I had my mom co-sign it.
What kind of car are you looking for?
Something good on like gas, Toyota, Nissan, something either hybrid or just, I like luxury, but I just know they're probably gonna be the best on gas.
How much do you make a month?
About $2,400.
Bruh, your mom co-signed for it. You making $1,200 a paycheck roughly before expenses, and your car note is more than one of your 2-week paychecks. And you owe $55,000 on the damn car.
Well, you only make $2,300 a month or a week?
$2,300 a month. But I don't have a lot of bills. Bro. It's just my car payment.
Now, not having a lot of bills ain't bad. Don't sound too shabby, but you need to up your income. I mean, my guy, you're not even making $100 a day.
Insurance and my phone bill, and I live with family. So.
Look, man, with 96,000 miles, your Scat Pack's probably, I can give you, if it's in good condition, you do have 2 accidents on it. A lot of miles. I mean, you're almost at $30,000 in negative equity. How much money do you have down right now?
It'd be like $5K, man. I didn't think it was going to be that much negative equity. 2 accidents?
Yep, 2 accidents.
I only knew about 1.
Look, I mean, the only thing I can do for you is probably try to get you in a cheaper car. The issue is have another open auto, but the problem you're going to have is you're limited to your income, number one. Number two, you have so much negative equity, I can't roll over this vehicle into a different car. And even if I could, which I can't, you would have an extremely high payment. You'd be paying more than $1,400 a month. And you can't refinance because your car is worth $24,000, $25,000. And if the bank sees that you owe $55,000, their loan to value wouldn't cover how much you owe, so you'd have to still put a down payment on that. I know there's a lot of negative things and no, but I wouldn't invest in buying a car to go do Uber Eats or Uber or Instacart. The reason is because you're volunteering your equity, your wear and tear on your vehicle to a company that's making a service charge off of you. They're making more money off you than you're going to make off them. Yes, you may be able
100%. And people think, and I used to think as well, that you could just hustle your ass off in order for you to make a good amount of money with these apps. I mean, because let's be honest, it's costing you battery power and costing you some time with your cell phone. But what people don't calculate is the expenses that come with the car that you have. And if you have a car that requires maintenance and it's a little bit more expensive than the average economy car, then you're going to be forking that over. Not only that, people doing it just to have money. It sounds like he doesn't even have a job. It sounds like his job is to deliver. I'm not disrespecting those out here who ride, share, and deliver all day, but let's be real. You know you want to get paid more. At the end of the day, people don't calculate how much gas it takes for them to keep on going to destination to destination. And if you do, it's taken out of the little pay they're giving you. I believe that doing rideshare apps and doing food delivery apps is a financial boost off of what you're already supposed to be making when you're working a 9 to 5. Yes, you get a level of freedom when you are doing those rideshare apps and everything, but it comes at a cost. And truth be told, life becomes a lot more simpler and easier to stack your money when you don't have money constantly going out while you're making your money. The whole idea is for you to capitalize on the chance that you can make extra money. But every time you make extra money, you burn the money you already put in your tank, the money that you already invested into your tires, for your oil changes, and possibly getting into accidents. Let alone, we're not even talking about getting higher insurance rates if you're honest with your insurance provider with ride sharing or food delivery, which you should be, but most people, nah. Because they don't even talk about that when they break down how much their insurance went up when they started ride sharing or food delivery apps. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you like the content.
And when y'all talking about people having car notes, I want you to know that most people don't wake up like, hey, let me plummet myself into debt, right? The reality is that it's much easier to come up with $1,500 to $2,000 for a down payment than it is to come up with $10,000. Yes, I said 10,000 because this is not 10 years ago. You need at least $10,000 to buy a decent cash car that doesn't need a whole bunch of work. The days that you could spend $3,500, $4,500, even $5,500 or $5,000 on a decent car that lasted is gone. Everything has gone up. I literally seen somebody selling a 2015 for $8,000, a 10-year-old car. You want to know? I had two 10-year-old cars, right? In 2012, I got a 2002 Ford Taurus, and that was $2,500. 2014, I got a 2004 Taurus, and that was $3,500. It ain't the same, y'all.
100% it's not the same. And if you are the type to say, well, you can just find out what's wrong with the car and get it at a cheaper price and learn how to fix it, that costs time. And time also needs to be invested in that skill in order for you to do it in enough time, in order for you to be using the car, actually consistently. On the other hand, no, people aren't planning to save up 10 grand to buy a car cash unless they are. But the truth is, they're not understanding interest rates either. They're just not. And they're not willing to figure out how to take advantage of paying the car off early or not getting our luxury cars. We really got to start from the bottom of the bottom. First of all, don't search for the real car that you want if you can't buy it cash. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, don't be buying new cars. Buy it used. Third of all, buy it from a place that gives your car a warranty. This is advice that my dad had told me because, well, if anything's wrong with the car and it's covered under warranty, then you can just take it back and they should be able to fix it or return it, and you get some type of compensation or service alongside with it to help solve that problem. Unfortunately, Facebook Marketplace does not offer that unless you're getting it from a dealership, unless, you guys can prove me wrong. But at the end of the day, I want a warranty, and I want to make sure the depreciation is already gone from the vehicle. I'm not buying a new car because it comes with higher insurance as well. You know what I'm saying? But let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Are you able to still find cars that are $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and they're actually decent? Like you don't have to put in any work or effort in order to have the car actually do what it needs to do, which is get you from point A to point B? Let me know in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you like the content, by the way.
I have no idea how some people are surviving in this economy. Yesterday, I had a lady come in who was looking to trade out of her cash car and into a Hyundai Tucson. She told me that she needed every single option in the car, so that means she has to be in a Tucson Limited. I pull up a Tucson Limited, she takes it for a test drive, she absolutely loves it. Next step from here is just an information application so I can get her approved. She goes on to tell me that her total monthly income is $1,700. And yes, I did not stutter, $1,700. Keep in mind, she came into the dealership with 2 kids. She might have more kids than that. Now, I will never knock somebody based off of their income because it's none of my business whatsoever, but all I could do is salute her. I have no idea how she's able to survive off of $1,700 a month with 2 kids and all the other bills that she has to handle. Nevertheless, I got her approved. Her payment came out to $508 on the car that she wanted, but I told her there was other cheaper options that were less loaded that would save her money monthly. She said she didn't want those. Now, given that she had her cash car for 10 years, she forgot that she needed full coverage on the new car. She ended up just using the quote finder in my bio. She secured insurance for like $200 a month. So $200 a month for car insurance plus $508 for the actual car note. We're at $708 a month. That's a little bit less than half of her total monthly income. God bless her.
Yo, yeah, God bless her, because I just did the math here. If she's making $1,700 a month, that means she's making roughly $56 a day, and the car note is going to be $508. And if you divide that by 30 days, she'll be forking over $16 a day to own the car, and 56 minus 16 is $40 a day. $40 a day. Now, $40 a day times 30 is $1,200. But he also says some other expenses. And she has like, how many children? Did y'all get that? Let me know in the comment section down below. How many children did she have? Look, maybe something's not getting shown to where we need to like be like, okay, yeah, she making more money. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We be hearing crazy stories these days on social media. But damn, $56 a day. And your car note is $508. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. Maybe she needed the car really bad, but let me know what you would have done in this scenario. Subscribe if you like the content. All right, my people, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next topic. We're on it today. I had my caffeine pill about 2 hours before the show. I just want to share this with you all because I'm always a man that I will always be a man that practices what he preaches and preaches what he practices. So let me put y'all on real quick. So as you all know, a couple months ago, I actually had a medical emergency where my feet were swelling up and I went to the doctor, got blood work done. Everything's fine now. But the truth of the matter is I found out that, I should stop drinking energy drinks. Who would have known? Energy drinks aren't good for you. So I found a supplement to replace the caffeine that I feel like I need during the day when I need that extra boost. No, this is not sponsored. I bought this off of Amazon. You guys can use the affiliate link down below, but it's from NutriCost and they're caffeine pills, essentially, with no extra ingredients. It's like a vegan capsule, I believe. Rice flour capsule, and then it has 200 milligrams of caffeine. These things work wonders for me, and they're so much cheaper and a better investment than actually buying energy drinks. If I buy an energy drink from a store these days, it's going to be $3 to $4. But this whole bottle gave me 250 capsules at, guess what? $15. $15. We talk about money and numbers all the time here. So let me do the math for you. If I got 250 capsules at $15 versus paying $3 per can of energy drinks. And let's say I drink 5 drinks per week. Then that means I'm drinking 20 cans of Monster or energy drinks per month. That means I would have spent $60 in 1 month. $60 in 1 month versus $16 and I get 250. Now if I buy 250 energy drinks at $3, that would have cost me $750 in energy drinks, but it cost me only, what was that number again? $16, $15 for the same amount. All right. And it's healthier for me and doesn't have sugars added to it. None of those additives or anything. I just wanted to put y'all on. Again, it's not sponsored. I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? When I find something good, that's good news, I be telling y'all. So, just in case, you want to try it out for yourself. Anyways, let's get into the next topic for tonight, which is someone explaining how he's a car salesman and he's understanding how people's finances are so jacked up based off of them ordering Uber Eats and DoorDash and whatnot. So let's get into it. Subscribe if you like the content. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let's get it.
Uber Eats is ruining the country. It is absolutely destroying the country. So if you don't know me by now, I own a small used car dealership, right? My primary function at the dealership is finance. I've been doing financing for 14 years now. I'm pretty good at it. So what do I do all day? I read credit reports. I read bank statements. I read credit card statements. I'm your guide to finding you money. You come into me, you tell me, hey, I want to buy this car. Here goes my information. Find me the money to buy this car. And that's what I do. And bro, let me tell you something. The amount of debt Uber Eats is causing people is outrageous. And you being human, it's crazy to me that you don't understand. You're ordering Chipotle, which should cost you, I don't know, $14, for $27, $30 with tip and whatever, bucka, you fucking get it. Then your credit card's already almost maxed out. So you use the last $30 you have on your credit card and you're paying 30% interest on your fucking Chipotle for however many years it takes you to get that debt down.
Yo, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that because I don't do that. For one, when it comes down to credit cards, people think when I use my credit card, I'm going to just pay the minimum and get away with it. But you're not. They're going to charge you interest and you're going to pay more. But people are ordering DoorDash, which is a second level of like expenses. It's like, yo, you know, you could drive. Now, hear me out. I'm a big believer in saving ourselves time, energy, and money. All right. For example, I'm recording this YouTube video, but if I wanted something to eat after these videos, then guess what? I'm ordering DoorDash right now. And some of you might be like, well, you're going to be paying extra. I don't care about paying extra if it helps me buy time I can then use to make more money. Believe me, I'm going to make the money back by using my time as an investment. Most people don't do that though. They use DoorDash and have it delivered to their home, but use that extra time that they could have had driving to the store, placing the order, waiting in line, coming back, possibly being in traffic, possibly getting into a car accident, and then coming back home and being like, okay, but let me eat. I live 20 minutes away from a Chipotle. I'm not driving 40 minutes just to get a bowl of chicken. You feel me? And I love Chipotle. Shout out to Chipotle, man. You know, but most people will also do that. Again, not invest their time wisely, and then put it on a credit card? I didn't even think about that, bro. And then pay 30% interest because they ain't pay that thing off. Y'all are wild out here, man. If you don't start using your credit card and then pay it off in full the next month, you playing a losing game, man. You playing a losing game. Just because you can afford the payment don't mean you can afford the thing. I'm telling you, that's going to be the quote of the year. You think you can afford the thing when you really can afford the payment, but you really can't afford the payment because the payment's going to add up to the actual thing plus more. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Let's go.
To zero, which in most people's cases, they die with that debt. And then you'll complain about a 19% auto loan. This is absolutely outrageous to me. I had a lady come in yesterday and I'm reviewing her credit card statements. She has 5 credit cards maxed out. I'm trying to find her the money. Each credit card had 90% of the transactions were UberEats. I'm talking UberEats 2 or 3 times a day. Dutch Brothers, McDonald's, Chipotle, Taco Bell. Yo, what are you doing? If you
This is exactly why DoorDash, Uber Eats are going to stay in business. It's not because of the drivers or wanting to, make some money. It's that you all who spend money unwisely and don't invest your time back into something that can make you more money, you keep DoorDash in business. So those who are complaining about tips and stuff, understand that DoorDash is the middleman. They're not going to start paying you guys more. Based on the economy, for example, right now, gas prices are jacked up for a lot of people and gas is burning out for a lot of people, right? It's burning out quicker. Guess what DoorDash, I heard it was either an article or an email because I used to be a Dasher myself, and it was about DoorDash actually paying for the offset of the increase in expenses when it comes down to their drivers burning through gas or having to pay more for gas, right? You know what they're doing? Like, that is so smart on a business aspect, right? They're only going to be paying you more money when you actually use the money that you've already put in your tank, which inclines you to want to burn through the gas even more. It's technically like a write-off for them, right? And I guess it's a write-off in general because either way, when they send you money in your 1099, they can write it off because you are a contract. You're working for them, but under contract. On the other note, that money is not going into your pocket. There's no way for you to really profit from that when you had to spend it in the first place to get it. It's your money coming back to you. People need to understand, one, as a driver, you need to capitalize on DoorDash, right? Capitalize on it. Have a sustainable income, have a job, and then do DoorDash after work, right? It's the work after work that earns you extra money, okay? Multiple income streams can be created easily. All right. On the other note, those people that are literally using their credit cards in order to get DoorDash and then ordering DoorDash like 2 to 3 times a day, like he just explained this woman is, I know they obese, man. That just opens up a whole nother part. I know they obese. I know they overweight. I know, like, come on now. You can't afford, your body can't afford to do that without gaining weight and being out of shape. That opens up a whole nother world of problems. A whole nother world of problems. Ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
have cash for a cup of coffee, don't buy that shit. If you can't afford a fucking lunch and you gotta put it on credit, go to the store, buy a loaf of bread for $1, maybe $2. Go to Aldi's. Aldi's got the good prices. Buy a loaf of bread for $1, some lunch meat and some cheese, and make some fucking sandwiches. Yo, it's outrageous. You people are going in debt for them to deliver you food. Listen, I care about you. My daughter goes through it. She's an Uber Eats fanatic. All my kids are. Yo, it's destroying the country. It's outrageous.
Well, people are doing it to themselves. And on top of that, I don't believe in just shopping at Aldi. I used to do that when, I didn't have sustainable income. But I will say Sam's Club is the plug. I'm going to tell you that right now. All 5 days of this week, I've been eating grilled chicken that's pre-made with Sam's Club. Now, I'm not talking about that Tyson stuff that's in the freezer. I'm talking about they actually grill the chicken, like the people in the back. They grill the chicken from being raw to actually being cooked, and they package it up and put it next to the salads. I looked at the nutritional facts and I'm like, yo, I get 5 chicken breasts. This is like 120 grams of protein. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to cook it. I just got to heat it up. It's not technically processed like, in the packages in the freezer, right? And I get a salad. All of that, the chicken breast plus the salad cost me like $30. That's going to last me all work week, which is technically $6 a day for me to stay in shape, feel healthy, and fuel my body up, because food isn't here to just satisfy you. It's here to fuel you, right? I digress. I'm about to get in my fitness coach mode, but I'm just saying, man, Sam's Club, you can get stuff in bulk for a very, very cheap price because you're buying it at bulk. You know what I'm saying? Let me know, where do you grocery shop and why? And where do you believe the best deals are at? Or if you DoorDash and Uber Eats all day, what is your reason? And what are you doing with the time that you're technically buying back, since you don't have to make the food or drive to get the food? Let me know in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you like this type of content. Let's get it. All right, my people, we're going to go ahead and move into the next topic. We're on a roll. I told you we took them caffeine pills, man. I'm feeling good. All right, so next topic of today or tonight, this homeowner apparently has a crazy mortgage and homeowner's insurance increase. I want to go ahead and shout out the creator as well, but you guys are going to see the tagging below. She's already mentioned how her post has been uploaded on YouTube. So if you're watching this right now, Destiny, your username is going to be, I put everybody's username in the little window on the side, so everybody's going to know your profile photo and your username on TikTok. Anyways, let's get right into it. No wasting time. Let's go.
$2,489. $2,489. That's our new mortgage. Got this in the mail today. That our mortgage is going from $1,818.74 to $2,489 a month. I don't know who can afford that, but I know we can't. That is insane. Called the mortgage company and they're like, listen.
So basically her mortgage jumped up almost $1,100 or $1,200. How many times have you heard people say, well, rent goes up every year, every time you renew? What is going on right here? I just want to know. I'm just curious. All right. We ain't going to get into it like that. We just want to figure out the details first.
It ain't got nothing to do with us. Your insurance went from $3,000 to $6,000. The lady was like, that is astronomical. What? And how was I not notified of this other than this piece of paper that literally made my stomach just drop? Do you ever catch up? Do you ever catch up? Because I tell you right now, we can't afford that. This is insanity. This is crazy. And if you can afford that kind of mortgage, that's great for you. But this is crazy. And I don't really care who sees this, because there's a lot of people on here that know me. But and something that I don't really talk about is finances, because it's weird to talk about to me. Oh, maybe now I can.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Most people don't want to talk about finances. We're not even talking about finances to the internet. We talking about finances with your spouse, talking about finances with your family. This is one of the traits that carry on generational curses when it comes down to finances. I don't want to talk about it. Why? Because you don't want to be judged. Because you don't have as much money as it seems that you have because you keep buying luxury items or you own a home. No, you don't own the home. You own the debt. You own the payments until you pay that thing off. And then you own the property taxes as well. Actually, you don't even own that. You just going to keep on getting them. I digress. Let's continue.
For food stamps and they'll actually approve us. It's dang, they make everything so expensive to buy. It makes you question so many things. Like, why would God do this? But then it's like, God's never failed us, so there's that. So I'm just gonna wait for my insurance.
I want to pause right now because she mentioned God, so we're gonna talk about it. Just because he's never failed you. You know what? First of all, shout out to the Most High. All right. Second of all, sometimes we can put ourselves in situations that we have to help get ourselves out of. Right? Sometimes we fall into things and struggles and financial struggles because we were unaware. All right. It's called discernment. It's called wisdom. You got to learn. And this is one of the reasons why we review videos like this and react to them, because let me watch my language, man. I like learning.
We may lose our home. $10,000 for homeowners insurance. I think I have cried so many tears in the last probably 18 hours that I don't even think that I have tears anymore. I am stressed beyond belief. We may lose our home, and that is a hard reality. This is the home that we brought Noah home in. This was our first home that we ever bought, and we are quite literally in the trenches. So if you have not seen my last video, you may want to go check it out. A lot of the comments on there are, this is not a mortgage problem, this is an insurance problem. I know that. I stated that in the video. I know that it's an insurance problem. So our insurance, our homeowner's insurance went from $3,200 something to over $6,000, okay? Our mortgage went from $1,800 to almost $2,500. Speechless is an understatement at this point. We have called every single person we can think of. I'm also waiting on some callbacks from just a few of the local people around here that do insurance.
So she has a part 3 to her video series, but I just want to break it down real quick. She said the old mortgage was $1,800, new mortgage is $2,500. That's a $700 increase per month. Now, one of the things that she said earlier in this specific clip was this is the home that we brought Noah in. I'm supposing that's the son and the baby that we hear in the back. How many people stay in financial hardships because they can't let go of what was, just to recalibrate and become more financially stable? This is the exact problem I see in America. People talk and they flex about home ownership, but honestly, you own the debt. How much are you paying in interest towards this home loan? How much is your home that you signed your name on? How long is it going to take you? Most people have loans that are 20 years old. 20 years. If you get 20 years and you have an interest rate of 6% and you have 6 times 20, you're paying 120% on the interest, meaning you're basically doubling what the home is actually worth. You're automatically losing. We ain't even talking about insurance and utilities and none of that. No property taxes, none of that yet. And yeah, a house can become an asset. Keyword become. Most people, look, clear example. She's not making money from the home right now. So a home is not an asset to her right now. It's just not. It's not bringing in monthly income. It's not bringing in yearly income for her. She's deciding to live in the home. They're not selling the home. They're not renting out the home. It's not an asset. It's a liability. It is taking money. And the reason why she's so stressed is because it's taking even more money. I said what I said, man. A home is not an asset. If you believe a home is an asset, let me know in the comment section down below. And I'm talking about a home that you're living in, not renting out, not selling. she hasn't even talked about any plans of that happening at all. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you like the content.
For $5,434.10 in escrow. Fork up some way or another. $5,434. I'm really going to try to make this quick. There are so many comments, and I feel like the best way to answer these questions is just through a video. First things first is I live in Alabama. I live in Baldwin County, and we're like 15 minutes from the Gulf, okay? So back when we bought this place, we had no idea that insurance was going to be an issue. If we would have known that, we would not have bought anything. We wouldn't have bought a house. We wouldn't have bought a mobile home. We wouldn't have bought anything. We would have.
All right, here we go. She wouldn't have bought it if she would have known. These type of things happen when you are a homeowner. I don't get it. Why do people talk so highly about home ownership and they can't even dictate what their finances or their financial obligation is going to be later on down the road? Some things you just can't control. But we're going to figure out why her bills went up, her home insurance bill went up, and her mortgage went up. If you already know, let me know, or let me know what you think in the comment section down below.
Just stayed renting somewhere. Getting a mortgage was not an issue. I think we signed on less than $3,000 for homeowners insurance at that time because our mortgage was like $1,700. The second year of us the first full year of us living here, when our mortgage, did its thing and rolled over, we were short a few $100s in escrow, so our mortgage went up to $1,900. And then last year we overpaid in escrow and it went down to $1,818. Okay, now we are short $5,434.10 in escrow because our insurance went up from $3,200. So our insurance went from $3,229 to $6,021. Our insurance.
Did she say her insurance or her interest? Because one number went from $3,000 to $6,000 per year. Basically doubled. So what she's paying, even if it's insurance or interest, it doesn't matter. All right, I'm going to assume that she was talking about insurance. What she was paying for 1 year of insurance, she's now going to be paying the price of 2 years, but for one. You know how people say, "Well, got two for the price of one." She got one for the price of two.
Is through our mortgage. It's through our escrow. So we don't pay our mortgage and then pay our insurance separate. It's all bundled together, okay?
Okay.
So I got in the mail yesterday $1,818 to $2,489, basically $2,500. I have talked to literally every insurance company I could possibly think of. I have talked to people who are in town. I have talked to the big wigs. I have talked to everybody. Everybody has something different to say. Some people say it's because of where we live and we're close to the water and we're a risk. First of all, how are we a risk 3 years later? I don't understand that. Some people tell me.
Well, here's what I understand, right? For one, don't buy a home unless you can pay it off cash. That's number one. Okay. I don't believe in having a mortgage. Yeah, I get it. If you rent, you never own. Here's the thing. Use that extra money that she's seeing having to get forked out of her and her husband's pay just because of whatever's going home, owning the home. Use that and put it into assets that get you passive income. Because when it's time to get a house, you can stack up over those years, buy the home cash, and yeah, you'll still have to pay insurance, and yeah, you'll still have to pay property taxes, but that's not as much as adding the mortgage on top of that, and you're paying interest. The money is already going to waste. But that's what I believe needs to be done. Don't own a home until you can pay it off cash. And when you pay it off cash, you already have assets that you allocated that earn you money on a monthly basis in order for you to take care of your expenses when it comes down to a home. I am very, very strongly opinionated when it comes down to using money to work for you before you get the luxury items that you want. Most people get a home because they get more space. They don't have to say, "Oh, well, it'll never be mine." And then they can invite more family over. They can have extra bedrooms. They can have extra space. They can have whatever they want. It's like a dream home, right? That's people call it a dream home, right? But the truth is, the longer you wait to get something that's actually gratifying, the more strength you grow. It's called not having quick gratification. It's called practicing patience. Most people wonder why certain people get in a certain position. It's because they waited longer to get a result that you didn't have the patience to wait for. It doesn't happen overnight. And people do these things when they have income and they promise to pay the banks money that they haven't even touched yet. I look at money as a freedom tool. How much I have dictates how much freedom I have to do what I want with my time. Most people look at the money they have and ask themselves, what can I buy? It is what it is, man. Subscribe if you like the content. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next topic for tonight, which is cars won't sell when dealerships try to sell them. There's some scenarios that are crazy. People are not buying cars like they used to, people. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Calling a customer on a 2015 Nissan Altima that they owe $18,000. Let's give them a call.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? This is Yusuf with Charlotte Auto Center.
Hi.
We're going to sell the 2015 Nissan Altima.
Yes.
Awesome. So I got the car, the pictures. So tell me a little bit about what's going on.
Okay, so I had got the car in 2022 in December. I had no credit, no anything. Started from fresh. And they got me hooked up in 2015 for $18,000. And like I said, I put a $2,000 down payment on it. And I really wasn't paying attention to all the interest and everything at that point in time. I was very young. I was 18, so I just really needed a car really bad. And after, looking through everything I had signed, I was only paying $44,000. I am going to be paying $44,000 for the car if I don't get refinanced. They told me within 6 months to a year, I could go to credit union, a bank, anywhere, and they would be able to cut it. They told me $11,000 to $12,000, and I still owe right at $16,000. So I said, pay extra money so I serve, so I make sure. And every time I make extra money, I always try to put towards the car. But
all right, so let's pause right quick. Let's pause right quick. Information overload, right? All right, so you $18,000 you paid for the car, $2,000 down. How much do you owe right now?
I think the payoff is quoted like around $16,100. I mean, by that.
So you owe $16,000 right now on the Nissan. What is your credit score right now?
737.
All right, awesome. So you got really good credit, 737.
Yes.
And your income?
I would say it's about. I serve, so it truly does variate. I would say maybe $2,000 a month.
2,000, so about 500 a week. Note, how much do you pay on the car?
$543.
543. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
And do you know your interest rate by any chance?
Yes, it's 30%.
All right, 30% interest.
Yes.
Okay. So look, you have really good credit. Hopefully, that's the actual credit score. I'm not saying you're lying, but a lot of people don't really, know their credit, or they pull from Credit Karma, which,
I want to see if she's lied or not. I wonder if he's going to reveal that. So stay tuned on that. But so far, we know she owes $16,000 on the car. She's trying to sell it. Credit is 737. Income is $2,000 a month. The note is $500 for the car per month, and the interest rate is 30%. How long she got to pay off this car, man? Good God, 30%. Owes $16,000. You're already talking about, if she's paying it off for 5 years, 150% in interest over the next 5 years. If she's taking that long to pay it off.
737, it won't be that far off from the other scores. I'm looking up the Carfax right now. You had one accident on there. If you wanted to trade in the car, I'm going to offer you somewhere around, what the condition is saying, $3,000 for the car. I have $13,000 to roll over. Do you have a down payment at all?
No. Now, I'm not too knowledgeable on refinancing. Like, I just not too long ago graduated high school and all that, so I really didn't know what I was doing when I got into this. So when it comes down to
most people say that. I didn't know what I was doing when I first got my first car. Me either, but I definitely looked up YouTube videos in order for me to understand how interest works, how car payments work, how I can pay off the car quicker, how I can pay less interest than expected because I'm more aggressive or because I'm paying on a weekly basis. That's another thing too. If she's paying $500 a month, she can split those payments up into $125 per week times 4, which is $500 a month, and she'll be paying less interest just because she's making more frequent payments. But at the end of the day, she's gonna owe $13,000, which is insane. $13,000, man, because Well, she couldn't buy it cash. And sometimes you just got to be in those scenarios. But the thing is, how can I increase my income? Why is she trying to sell the car? Why is she trying to sell the car? Mike, unless you guys heard that, let me know in the comment section down below.
Finance, and I don't even know what is okay and what is not. I just know when I went up there and told them that my situation or whatever, they just told me I owed too much on the car.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to get out of it because the lender, I'm sure they don't let me pay on the principal. So it's
Oh God, the lender that she has doesn't let her play on the principal. That I've never heard that before. I mean, how does that work, y'all? Like, I would imagine, let's say she makes her first payment for a month and then she pays $500. And that same day, she applies extra money because, well, she's already paid the daily interest. She's already paid the monthly car note. All extra money should be going towards the principal. Am I right? Let me know in the comment section down below, because I've never heard of a scenario like that, unless there are scenarios that exist like that. Furthermore, she's talking about not refinancing, but the truth is she's going to owe that $13,000 no matter what. There's no point for her to get a more expensive car, which sounds like that's what she's going to have to do. The reason why she's not going to get approved is because they know it's going to be hard for you to afford those type of payments to pay off that $13,000 loan, plus get another car that's going to be even more money, and you're only making $2,000 a month. You need to get your income up and continue paying that off. What would you all have done in this scenario? Let me know in the comment section down below.
every time the interest is just eating it up, and it's taking forever to get it to a point where
I got you. So the best option is going to be just to, like I said, if you want to get into a vehicle, I can roll over maybe $5-6 grand on another vehicle.
That's something to think about, just because, at the moment I don't have cash on hand.
Gotcha.
At the moment for
Sure.
down payment.
Sure.
So that would be something I'd have to, look at, talk about, and
Sure.
stuff like that. Is there a way I can reach back out to you?
Yeah,
or
reach
anything
back
like
out to me, call me anytime, and we'll make something happen, okay?
Nah, dude, that's crazy. So why is she trying to get rid of the car? You might as well own up to it and pay it off. Rolling it over, and instead of him giving $3,000 in cash, he's willing to give $5,000 to roll over into the next car, which is going to leave her with $11,000 in rollover debt. But she's going to owe that money on that car. Am I right? Like, is that how it works? You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be selling a car for $5 grand. He's just like being more generous towards it because the money is going to be coming from a different vehicle on top of what she's already owing for that car loan that she has. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below and subscribe if you like the content. Let's go.
So your G550 or your G-Wagon has been sitting for a year at the dealership and nobody's bid on it, like nobody bought it? A dealer reached out to me on TikTok or Instagram, can't remember. They have a 2021 Mercedes G550 that they have had for about a year and a half. It's been sitting on the lot. They haven't had any bites, and it's because they overpaid, I think, like $50,000 or $60,000 for the car. They're trying to wholesale it, knowing that they're going to lose money. So let's give them a call and see how much we can get it for.
I just want to say it's kind of crazy hearing that a dealership overpaid for a car. They should know what the car market is for certain cars that they buy. That's sad.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, brother? How are you? This is Yusuf from Legacy Motor Cars of Georgia.
What's up, man? How's it going?
Nothing much. Just wanted to reach out to you and see what we can do on the Mercedes. And
The G-Wagon.
yeah, all right.
There's a couple other ones, but I'll primarily go with the G-Wagon for now, see what we can do.
All right. So tell me what you got.
So it's a 2021 Mercedes-Benz G-Class. It's the G550 4MATIC. Has the night package on it with the AMG package. It's got just over 5,000 miles on it. Pretty nice spec, G-Wagon.
So how long has it been sitting on your lot?
I just want to say, I don't know if it's me or not. Let me know in the comment section down below. But I hate it when I hear like all these packages that are added to a car when they all essentially just get you from point A to point B, and you got to sit in traffic like everyone else. This is just a fancy way of having some type of upsell to a car that really doesn't get you to your destination in any better way besides speed or comfort or luxury. I mean, people are paying for packages when at the end of the day, they want to own the package to the car, but they don't want to own assets, right? And in this case, it's a dealership. It's a little bit different. It's not a personal story, but let's see what's going to happen.
For about a year.
Have you contacted anybody else about it?
I haven't reached out to any Mercedes dealerships. I've reached out to a couple other higher end used car dealers. A few offers on it, but nothing that I would kind of jump on.
What are you looking to get for it?
I'll be honest with you, we own it for a good amount. We have about 155 in it, which is it's high. I'm aware of that.
That's G63 territory right there.
It is G63 territory. You're not wrong. One of our buyers might have just got a little excited when he saw it. As you know, the market on them is not 155 plus. Consider other options. I know when we were DMing, you mentioned maybe consignment as an option if we can't get the numbers where we want them to be.
100%. We encourage consignment. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I consign this at, let's say we put it for 160, or even if 150, let's say 159, so you barely break even, I don't think nobody's gonna buy this car at 150. Now MMR, without a CR, MMR is 121 or 6. CR, you're looking at 124. I'll probably retail it, or if I bought this car, I would buy it between 119 and 124, and I'd retail it for like 130 to 136.
That sounds about right. Car Gurus has the instant market value at 136.8. So that sounds about right. Obviously times have changed since a year ago with the G wagons. It's another year older. The market on
the longer he waits, the less money he's gonna be able to get back. At the end of the day, he's already down $40,000.
Tends to fluctuate a lot. But most of the time we keep it at the house just because it's one of our higher end cars. We don't like to keep it at the dealership just for the break-ins and stuff.
Your buyer that bought the G-Wagon probably paid about $30,000 to $40,000 more than what he should have.
Yeah, I think MMR was probably inflated at the time.
100%. But even so, MMR is like a little bit behind. So a lot of people were buying while the market was crashing on those. So
yeah, for sure.
Look, man, I can offer you, and I'm not trying to lowball you. I mean, it's just business is business. I probably would be right at MMR. I mean, ultimately, what are you willing to lose on this car? Just so I can get a bottom dollar.
Literally at this point, yeah. What are you willing to lose is the correct question.
So I'd probably consider selling it anywhere from in the 140-ish range.
And what other offers have you gotten so far? You said you had some dealers interested in it. What are they giving you?
There was one just under 130, which is not a terrible offer. I think the MMR has kind of went down since I got that offer, though.
If you got a 130 offer, 129 offer, that is a very strong offer.
It is a strong
highly
offer.
recommend you take that.
But like I said, I'm gonna stick around with it for a little bit. If we don't consign it, I'll stick around with it. Maybe keep reaching out to people. Maybe even consider selling it overseas if that's what it comes to. But
if you want to consign it, let me know. I'll send over the contract and we'll get it shipped out over here. But in the meantime,
absolutely.
If you decide to just be like, you know what, screw it. I just want to keep it moving. My offer still stands. Just hit me up and circle back and we'll make something happen.
That works, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, it just happens when you overpay for a vehicle. You have to suck it up and just realize that the money is gone. The value, the market has valued it at a whole different place. At the end of the day, though, we got to ask ourselves the question, right? And this is a dealership being in this issue. Most people are people that end up in this situation. And it's very unfortunate because they're not able to afford the thing. But in this case, I'm pretty sure they're going to sell it. It's just more about how much money they're going to get back to capitalize and then invest it back into a vehicle that they actually can sell for a profit. Anyways, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think? What would you have done in this scenario as well?
2 months later, no one has still bought the brand new Sierra Denali Ultimate with barely any damage. If you guys don't know what a Denali Ultimate, it's literally the ultimate truck they make. It's the highest of the high. Just look at this thing. This thing's over $100,000 new, and it's just sitting here and no one has bought.
$100,000 for a GMC. $100,000 for a GMC, bro.
Bought it still. Now, the last few times I've seen this truck, I showed you guys this feature, but it's just too cool to not show again. I've yet to see another truck with this. Open the tailgate, if I can ever figure it out. And open right here, bro. This thing comes with speakers inside the tailgate. I've truly...
Nobody cares. $100,000 car to have speakers in the back.
Never seen anything like this still. But of course, this side's beautiful, nothing wrong. Super nice wheels, super nice color. Let's move on to the inside. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Super nice brown leather. I mean, just look at this, and this cool design stitching with the white contrast is so nice.
This sounds more of reasons as to why you shouldn't be buying this truck. I thought trucks were used to actually lift things. We're looking at the stitching here. Now, I get it. This is the sales guy for it, but I mean, if I was in the market for a truck, this isn't what would sell me. Believe me on that. 100 grand for some stitching.
More leather down here, Bose speakers. Look at these seats, come on. Now we get to the inside, bro. Just look at this interior. Coordinates of the Denali up there. More badging on the doors. This beautiful leather. This giant screen. Super nice steering wheel. I don't think it can get better than the Sierra Denali Ultimate. Alcantara headliner, come on. No one still bought this thing, and
all things to just show off. I mean, it's nice material, don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with luxury, but at the cost of $100,000 for a pickup truck. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you know someone who owns this truck? Do you own this truck? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's worth $100,000? Brand new.
it has like little to barely any damage. It's just like the wheel and some suspension, bro. 2 months later, no one has...
What happens when a car just doesn't sell? Someone asked me that, and there's lots of answers to that question if it's new versus used, but let's just talk about new cars. So when a new car just never sells, which hasn't been a problem the last few years because of the car shortage, but there has been times where it was. And it's most likely a car that is like something we have a ton of. Sentras, Altimas. There's a few things that we could do. One is put them into loaner.
Man, them Altimas, man. Let me tell you something. Y'all act like NASCAR drivers. Y'all act like NASCAR drivers. Them no, what is it? Yeah, the Altimas. I was about to say, what you call it? The Sentra. But no, Nissan drivers in general, man. Y'all be acting like NASCAR drivers. Dale Earnhardt Jr., you know? Man.
Car service, meaning our service department obviously services about 1,600 people a month, and sometimes people need a car to drive if their car is going to be in the shop for more than a day or so. So like these two cars are good examples. We probably had multiple Altimas in that color. They were probably over 300 days on the lot. Sentra as well. They're not the hottest selling car. So what happens is we put them into loaner service. The good thing about that is when it comes out of loaner service, we could sell it as a pre-owned car and is automatically qualified as a certified pre-owned. It gets extra rebates, some other benefits as well. And then on new cars, sometimes we'll sell them to rental car companies, or we just wait it out and they eventually do so. What happens when a car...
Very interesting, but dealerships are struggling to sell their cars in certain states at certain prices because people just don't have the money. I mean, the economy, the gas, you know what I'm saying? War going on. Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you in the market for a car, and what are you willing to spend on the car that you actually need? Not want and feel like you need, but actually need. Let me know in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you like the content. Let's go. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into topic number 5 on tonight's show, which is people getting extremely pissed about mortgages and their mortgage payments. Anyways, let's get right into it. No wasting time. Always subscribe if you like the content, by the way. Let's get right into it.
My mortgage payment went up by about $500 each month. Yes. As you can imagine, I needed to get to the bottom of it. So I called my mortgage company. They said, hey, listen, your taxes went up. I got to take it up with the Department of Assessment and Taxation. Okay, no problem. So I called them. Get a young girl on the phone. She says, hello. I said, hey. I said, listen, my mortgage payment has now gone up by about $500. I said, I need to get to the bottom of it. And I said, I need your help. And she said, okay, no problem. It's in the system. And she said, oh, we came out and we assessed your property. Oh, wait, ma'am. I'm sorry, what? She said, oh, we came out and we assessed your property. First of all, why y'all in my business? Why y'all assessing my property? Leave me and mine alone.
Because it's not yours. Unless it's paid off. There goes your answer. And it's still not yours.
I digress. Okay, so she says, when we assessed it, your property increased in value by about $60,000. What's the tax rate? She said the tax rate is 1.2%. Okay, so I'm silent at this moment because I'm waiting for her to tell me more, because a $60,000 increase on my property value with a 1.2% tax rate does not equate to that increase, like $3,000 in taxes. It's not taking my taxes up by that much. I said, you got anything else for me? Any other reason as to why it's increased as much? She said, oh, I just told you. I said, baby girl. I said, the math isn't math. And I explained it to her and she paused because she didn't understand. All I could think of is George W. Bush, you will pay for your No Child Left Behind cents. You will pay for those cents. And so I explained it to her again, and I did the math so she could understand. So I need you to take the headset off. I need you to go to the back. I said, I need you to do some math. I need you to come up with what else could have increased my taxes by this much. She paused. She said, okay. So she goes away. I was back on the phone. She says, ma'am, I'm ma'am. Just in case you don't know, I'm ma'am. She said, ma'am, I got it. Baby girl come back spitting numbers. She's spitting numbers. So she was in fact not meant to be left behind. Long story short, I had a tax credit for a high efficiency home. I no longer have that tax credit. It's ran its course. So am I at the point doing something strange for some change? No. However, it's getting real out here. That's all I came to say.
Yeah, it's getting real out here for homeowners. And look, it is what it is. People get homes for various reasons as you get a family. Nothing wrong with that at all. I just don't believe if you are looking to get a home and you don't need the space. I mean, there's pretty big apartments. I can't even say that. If you're looking to get a home, it's just not. Look, you can say great deal, good deal, whatever. But if you're paying interest, you're not in the winning game.
Serious question. How much are you paying for your mortgage? Because we've been looking at houses or whatever just to kind of, get a feel of how much it would cost if we wanted to buy a house. To give you context, I live in the DMV. It's not the cheapest real estate market in the world. And I saw that there's these new single family homes in Capitol Heights, Maryland, which, yes, I know the area is like, But anyways, the new single family homes, and they were supposed to be priced at mid 500s. So I said, let's go take a look. Let's talk to them to kind of.
That's a disgusting number. I don't know, man. Is it just me? When I hear about how much money these people fork over to own a home and they don't have the cash for it, $500,000. Like, how much do you make per year? Don't get me wrong. I know people make six figures, but we're talking about after taxes, after expenses. This is like one of probably your most expensive expense when it comes down to a month-to-month basis. Why would I borrow $500,000? Even if I'm putting down $100,000, why would I borrow $400,000? You got to let me know in the comment section down below. If you're a homeowner, why? Just why? Human nature, why? You know what I'm saying? I need to know.
Gauge how much a mortgage payment would be. After all was said and done, the mortgage payment was going to be about like $5,500 a month. And
$5,500 a month. Okay.
You had to come up with, like, for closing costs and down payment, I think it was like $50,000. So, is that normal? Like, am I getting sticker shock, or is that actually what people are paying for their mortgages? Like, it honestly is cheaper for us to rent than to buy anything right now. So, are you guys paying that? Like, are other people, I'm 28, are other people my age paying $5,000 for a mortgage? And that was a cheap single family home in the DMV. I've seen townhomes that are like $700,000.
So, I just want to say this. When it comes down to my percentage and my living expenses, I do my best to have my living expenses less than 30% of my income. And even though that means I have to have an egregious amount of money to only have myself living off of 30%, I think 30% is actually pretty high, right? Now, I'm not going to do the math, but I did do the math on how much that would cost per day for her to live in a home. This is before utilities, before property taxes, before homeowners insurance. It's $183 per day for her to have that home. You might as well be making, like, you know what I'm saying? If we're looking at $5,500, I'm going to round that up and put it at $6,000 a month. I want to be making $24,000 a month, man. Or excuse me, $18,000 a month. Let me know, how much money would you say is okay for you to afford a home that's $5,500 a month? I think that is insane. Insane. And that's not all going towards principal, by the way. It's going towards interest. She's going to be paying a lot more money over a span of years just because she hasn't accumulated cash. But she did say something that I really believe is wise. Rent is cheaper. No, you don't own, but you can use that money to invest in. And rent ain't going to be $5,500 a month. That mortgage is, though.
I'm nosy and I actually really want to know all of your mortgage payments and when you got your loan. So I'll go first. I bought a house in February of 2024, and my mortgage payment, including escrow, is $2,280 a month. I do pay $2,580, I think. So automatically, like an extra few $100 a month goes towards principal. And I do also process another $500 payment towards principal throughout the month. But if I were to just pay my payment, $2,280, yes, that includes escrow. It is like $645 of escrow for taxes and insurance because I live in Texas, so it is kind of high. And my interest rate is 6.625, I believe. And I closed on February 1st. So tell me what yours is, because I want to know. Like, I want to know, is yours less than that? Is yours way more? Oh, and this house was pretty cheap. Thank God I kind of still live in like a low cost of living area, which is kind of fun here because everyone's cost of living is so low, but their income is so high. For example, in the US, I think the average household income, last time I checked, was like $71,000 a year. Where I live, the average is $115,000. So in general, people just have more money here. And the house is 4 bedrooms, 2 bath. For me, I do think it's slightly a lot for the type of like size, I guess, for the size of home that we have. And I say we, but it is my home. But yes, me and my boyfriend do still, like, we live in it. And yes, we split the mortgage. And the only reason why I say that's a lot is because I grew up in Utah, right? Utah cost of living is a lot higher than Texas. Lived in a just under 5,000 square foot house. It was like 4,996. It was
Is she talking about the house that she has now or the house that she grew up in Utah? Because why would you, if it's 2 people, why would you need a 5,000 square foot house? I grew up in a house that was 2,100 square feet, and there was 4 people living there. Plenty of space. We had an extra bathroom. We had an extra bedroom. We had a game room. We had a dining room. Like, 2-car garage. You know what I'm saying? A deck. Living room. Of course, a kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Why would, unless she's talking about the one that she's living with her family, or she grew up in with her family, and she had a large family. People be buying. They be buying extra stuff, man, that they don't need. Consumerism.
8 bedrooms, or maybe 7 bedrooms, and then an office. But there was a lot of us, so let's just 8 bedrooms.
Okay.
4.5.
I digress. It was a lot of y'all. Okay.
Half bathroom. Sat on like, I don't know the size of what, at least an acre. Anyway, that house, my parents' mortgage, because I asked them like a year ago, $1,800 a month for everything. And I think they got that around the time that I was born, maybe like a year after I was born. So 27 years. And they have since sold that house.
You know, what's crazy is people think they can repeat the same habits as their parents and get the same results. We don't live in the same time. Nothing is the same. Social media didn't exist 20 years ago. Or if it did, it isn't to the point where it is today. You know, 20 years ago, people weren't holding phones that were all touchscreen. Everything's changed. Why expect the payments to be the same? It hasn't. The value of the dollar has dropped because of inflation.
But 27 years ago, they got a house that's like 3 times the size of mine, payment less than mine, and it had 4 more bedrooms and 2.5 more bathrooms, and they were paying less than me. Anyway, I feel like it's doable. Like, the payment is doable, but I'm also like, I feel like this house should only cost me like $1,200 or $1,300 a month, not $2,280, but it's fine. And I actually low-key like to put a positive spin on it, because I feel like if payments and interest rates weren't so high, I probably would have gone for a bigger home.
That's the problem. She just said it right there. And I don't understand how some of you all can still back up home ownership when it comes down to it. She just said that if she could get a lower interest rate, she would get a bigger home, which inevitably would probably be more money, because she's probably not going to want to be in a worse or a lower income area and have a bigger home. That's probably not going to happen. She just wants a bigger home. For what reason? What is the reason behind this?
Just because like where my income and stuff is at. So at least it like kind of forced me to get a smaller, cheaper home, because I definitely don't need more space. Like, there's 2 of us, it's 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. Like, it's plenty of space, and like over 1,000 square feet more than like any of the apartments we've ever lived in. But yeah, I guess that's a positive side, is it forced me to buy a cheaper home than I probably would have.
Your income forced you to buy a cheaper home. The interest rates bullied you. By the way, 6%. Again, I'm not here to flex on no type of, oh yeah, the interest is only this much. No, 20 years at 6% is 120% of interest. You're over double paying for the home, man. Next. Oh wait, there ain't no next video. Anyways, subscribe if you like the content. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's get it. All right, my people, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next topic of tonight, which is the last topic of the night. And then I will see you guys in another show tomorrow. We're actually traveling tomorrow, going to, I'm not going to disclose the actual city. Actually, I am. Richmond, Virginia. All right, we're going to Richmond, Virginia, and I'll be in a different location. But anyways, let's talk about the last topic, which are people going into debt for vacation. A lot of people went into debt for this last spring break. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Subscribe if you like the content. Let's go.
So now that it's over, I can finally tell my story of how I got scammed out of $20,000 this weekend at a Houston club. Just give me 1 second. I got all the proof. So we booked a section for like Saturday, and they were like, it's $4,000. It's $4,000 for the section, and it comes with 2 bottles. It's $4,000 for the section, and it comes with 2 bottles. So we were like, cool, we'll get the 2 bottles, and we got like the 2 bottles of Don Julio. And her name was, I think, like Alicia or something. So we texted Alicia. We was like, hey, we gonna send it through Zelle. And I like to pay for my shit up front because I like to stunt, and I just like to walk in the club. So when we get out of our black truck, me and my homegirls, we just gonna pop out and walk straight into the club. And then our little photographers could take the shots or whatever, you know, pictures and whatnot. So once we get to the club, they're talking about they have no booking for us. So I'm like, what do you mean there's no booking for us? We got the $4,000 section, blase, blase. You know what? Let me just pay it because I know the girl. So she would just send it back because we just talked to her before we pulled up. So she would just send the money back. She said, oh, my bad. You know, I'm thinking that's what she would do. And she would just send the money back. Did she send the money back? So we get to the door. And we're like, I'm showing them my text messages on my phone and my deposit and all that type of stuff. And they were like, well, Alicia quit. Alicia quit yesterday. I was like, I've been talking to her today. We already just texted her and told her we're on the way. And she was like, cool. And I said that.
Y'all, she took that money. She took that money.
I showed them that. And they were like, well, she stopped working yesterday. So they say, the only thing we could do is try to get you another section, and you're going to have to pay an additional $4,000. I paid it. I didn't want to fight with those people at the door. I didn't want to make us look like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to make us look crazy.
He didn't want to look like he was broke. Now, unless bro got all that money that's disposable income, then fine. But this is one of the reasons why I don't like the club, man. Don't get me wrong. I love the party, but I'm way too focused for that right now. Bruh, these clubs act like they actually are giving away real estate. And it is real estate in a club. It's crazy to think people pay $4,000 just to stand on a wooden stage or whatever they standing on, man. $4,000. Oh, and plus you get your 2 bottles of Don Julio. Listen, I just did research while he was yapping. 2 bottles of Don Julio, it depends on what kind you get. They can range from $50 to $400 per bottle. Now, that's the price you pay when you get the bottle. When you get the bottle in the club, you know they're going to make a profit with it. How many times have you seen people buy bottles, or have you bought bottles and seen people get ripped off just because the clubs have an upsell to the alcohol? When I clubbed, and when I sometimes go to the club just to celebrate birthdays and whatnot, guess what? Or special occasions, I drink before I go to the club, man. I'm good. I'm not paying. Call me cheap. I don't care. But you won't call me broke. All right? I drink my alcohol before I get in the club because I'm not finna pay double digits for something that costs you a single digit, which is a shot. Oh, yeah, shots are like $12. That might be cheap to y'all. I'm good on that. I'd rather put that $12 into a stock and pay $2 for some twisted tea. That's just me, though.
It's a group of us. We just got out of the black truck. The paparazzi guy we booked, he just started taking pictures, and it's looking like a moment. And now you're telling me that in this moment, I don't have a section that I paid $4,000 for, and I need to pay another $4,000. I was like, cool. So I paid the other $4,000 because I know we would try to get that stuff back from the manager or whatnot. And I have all the receipts. So we get in the club, an hour and 30 minutes go by. They're telling us that our time is up, and they sold the section again. Stay tuned for part 2. So now that it's over,
we don't need no part 2 because he's going to keep adding it up. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you believe in buying sections at clubs? Do you believe in buying alcohol at clubs? First of all, alcohol slows you down and shit. I'm good on all that. Why? Because, well, I'm here to make money. I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm with some people I know and I trust and whatnot. But I'm good, bro. People my age in their 20s, they waste so much money. They waste so much time going to the club, having fun and stuff. And they don't think about their future when it comes down to having a strategic financial plan. They count their money after they already spend it. They don't believe in investing because they've never been taught investing, nor do they hang around people who like to self-educate themselves. They like to listen to music all the time, a whole bunch of bad habits, and then they're going to end up somehow, some way in a midlife crisis in their 40s or 50s and be like, damn, where did life go? Where did time go? Where did my money go? I'm good on all that, man. I don't want to regret, and I know everybody has regrets, but there's this quote that I heard about a month ago, and it went like this. If you think the cost of trying is expensive, wait until you see the cost of regret. I'd rather try, and I don't even like the word try because you either are or you aren't. I like to be, because you must be in order for you to become the person that you aspire to be at the whole time, right? The person who you inspire to be, they're just being the person that you inspire to be. You got to be like them. Anyways, let's just get into this next clip, man, because this is crazy. People get into debt just to go on vacation and have an expensive memory that costs them interest.
I have a question for the people that go into debt for a vacation. Now, I'm not judging anyone. I 1000% have gone into debt for vacation, which sounds crazy, I know, but I'm in front of you guys because I've made poor financial decisions in my life. Not anymore. Haven't made any bad decisions in the last 5 years financially, but I have made poor decisions. And going into debt for a vacation was definitely one of those bad decisions. I will say this was like college age, like I have not done it in forever. Anyway, I want to know how you guys feel about it, like how you feel on vacation. Because when I went into debt for vacation in college, I could not enjoy my vacation. It was so hard for me to enjoy my vacation because it's not like you're buying the flights or X, Y, and Z with debt. You're like paying for everything on the vacation in debt. It's like your vacation is supposed to be fun and relaxing, but it's not fun and relaxing because you're stressed about all the money you spend. So I think I went on one vacation while I was in debt and got into more debt. And I was like, that was the dumbest thing. Anyway, I'm just curious. Do you guys like feel that guilt? And like, is it just you brush it off and you're just like, whatever, I deserve a vacation?
Personally, me, I went to get in debt on a vacation about 2.5 years ago. We went to Florida, we went to Disney, and I was using a credit card. It only had $500 on it. And I remember coming back and I was like, damn, I'm on zero. You know what I'm saying? The whole time we was out there for a week and I was like, how much is this? How much is this souvenir? It wasn't fun. And then I started using my actual cash, and then that hit a negative amount. And I promised myself I'm never going anywhere else if I know I can't afford everything that I want. And for that to happen, I need to have a lot of money. I need to have a lot of money. Not only that, I need to have the money working for me, and I need to have assets. I need money coming in, because if I'm on vacation and I ain't making money, and I'm not talking about taking vacation off on a job and me still getting my regular 2-week paycheck, I'm talking about assets, my money, printing money, babies. I need that. I need for that to happen. I need to be able to pay for my luxuries with the money that's made me money, not the money I worked hard for, not the money I traded my time for. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Have you ever gotten into debt off of going into vacation? I feel like more people than often definitely do. Let's continue.
Or are you like, do you feel guilty? Like, I'm telling you, by the end of it, I'm like, I couldn't even enjoy my vacation because of the anxiety I had about digging myself into more debt doing this. Anyway, no judgment here. I'm just curious because like I've been there. I've done that. But like I said, I just could not enjoy the vacation at all. So like I will never do that again. I'm here to relax and not stress. Now, when I was paying off my debt, I guess I still kind of am, but like all my credit cards, things like that. It's not that we wouldn't go on vacation. The rule of thumb was that we could never go into debt for vacation. And we had to do that vacation cheap as shit. Like, for example, we went on a cruise like December of 2022. That's crazy. That really wasn't that long ago. I was in a bunch of credit card debt. Of course, we just moved across the country and we went on a cruise, and you had to make it as cheap as possible, meaning we had to like stay in the stateroom. We couldn't like upgrade any of our dinners, nothing like that. We did get to decide at like one excursion, and it really wasn't even an excursion, but like one thing to do. So anyway, if you're in debt and you're like, no, I deserve a vacation or whatever, at the very least, at the very minimal, don't go into debt for that vacation, okay? At the very least, do it as cheap as possible and like save up the money for it, or like pay for it with cash. So that way you can like enjoy it a little bit. But yeah, going into debt for a vacation, especially when you like went to
100%. And we're actually going on a cruise in a couple of months, and we paid that thing off in cash. I'm not taking out no credit. I'm good on that. I'm not paying nobody no interest just to have a memory. I'm good. All right. I can have memories without paying interest. I can have memories without paying anything. You know how? Taking a picture. Oh, I thought my flashlight was on. Taking a picture is free. You pay for your cell phone bill. You know what I'm saying? you could create a memory doing anything. All right. Moving forward, I do plan on using cash on that vacation. I don't plan on getting into debt at all. It's disgusting. I'm actually canceling my credit cards except for one right now. Like next month, all clear with credit cards for me. But let me know in the comment section down below. Do you pay with your vacations with cash?
debt for that vacation because you probably were in a lot of other debt. Like, you're desperate when you go into debt for vacation, but like I said, been there, done that. Is it the smartest decision? Absolutely not, but I totally understand it. Essentially what I'm saying, just at the very least, don't let the vacation put you into even more debt. But yeah, did that one time, paid for a vacation. I probably was 20 years old, paid for a vacation on debt, and it was horrible.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, don't use your money that you work hard for on a memory. Don't use your money you work hard for in order to pay somebody extra money off of what you had to borrow, you know? And some of you might take that offensively and be like, well, we deserve vacations. You also deserve to not fork over your extra money you're going to be making to someone who's going to benefit from it. You should be benefiting off of the money that you work so hard for. Assets and liabilities, my friends. Assets and liabilities. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate the game. Don't hate me. I'm just the messenger. All right. Anyways, subscribe if you like the content. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's get it. All right, my people, that was the last clip, last topic for tonight's show. I will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be traveling. So expect to hear from me. I would say more so during the nighttime. All right, but we're going to go ahead and upload these clips so you guys can rewatch it. Subscribe if you like the content. And like always, if you guys have any video submissions that you want to submit, use the email down below in the description to submit those topics or those clips that you want to submit. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'm out. Peace.